morning and welcome to The Brief on Newsfirst. I'm Sonali Vanigapadage. Let's take a look at the trending stories for today.
Deputy President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, is due to arrive in Sri Lanka for an official visit today. The Ministry of External Affairs notes that Ramaphosa will hold discussions with the government and political representatives of Sri Lanka's reconciliation process.
The African Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa is a well-known businessman, activist and a trade union leader. He was elected Deputy President of the African National Congress or ANC in December 2012. He is also the chairman of the National Planning Commission. Cyril Ramaphosa was instrumental in coordinating the release of Nelson Mandela when he was held as a political prisoner.
Speaking to Newsfirst, Nadim Majid, veteran diplomat Dr. Dayan Jayathilaka commented on the significance of Ramaphosa's visit to Sri Lanka at this juncture.
The South African Special Envoy on Sri Lanka, Cyril Ramaphosa, who is also a Deputy President of the African National Congress, is due to arrive in Sri Lanka tomorrow. In the current political backdrop, what is the significance of his visit?
It's a very significant visit indeed. Cyril Ramaphosa was once touted as a possible successor to Nelson Mandela, and I think that's back on the agenda now after several years. The United Nations International Inquiry into Sri Lanka has been named and has former President of Finland, Martti Ahtisaari, as one of its experts. Now, when you have heavy hitters like Martti Ahtisaari on the other side, as it were, gunning for Sri Lanka, it is very, very important for the Sri Lankan government to have as close and cordial a relationship as possible with someone like Cyril Ramaphosa and with a country like South Africa.
All students of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura who were subjected to disciplinary actions, including suspensions and expulsions, have been pardoned unconditionally.
Issuing a communique, media spokesperson of the university, Professor Pranith Abesundara, said the decision has been taken unconditionally effective from the 3rd of July. The communique further noted that the decision was made following the consideration of repeated requests made by parents of the students, as well as considering the mental and physical health of the students as well as members of their families.
Senior Australian Government Minister Erica Betts says that the Australian government is not disappearing asylum seekers, adding that the details of the matter would be revealed in due course. Betts made these remarks on ABC's Insiders program.
What I would simply say is that the arrangements that are being put into place, and I'm not aware of them, will be subject to the laws that apply, and as I understand it, we have arrangements with a repatriation of people with the International Migration Office, and one would imagine that our liaison with such an international body ensures that the people that are so repatriated are looked after.
When will the Australian government tell us what has happened to these asylum seekers?
In due course, these matters will be revealed, but it makes absolute sense that you do not give a blow-by-blow description in the middle of an operational matter, and I think most Australians, as they watch this program, will say we don't expect the government to give a blow-by-blow description in the middle of an operational matter.
A number of Jewish suspects have been arrested over the murder of Palestinian teenager Mohammed Abu Qadir, whose death sparked days of violent protests. Israeli police say Qadir was murdered because of his nationality.
"15-year-old Tariq Kudai from Florida is a cousin of Mohammed Abu Qadir, the Palestinian 16-year-old whose abduction and murder has triggered riots. Israeli officials say they are looking into the incident. Police said the youth was among a group attacking officers. However, his family denied that he was involved in the violence. Mobile phone footage taken during Palestinian protests on Thursday appears to show two Israeli border policemen holding down Tariq Kudai on Westland in East Jerusalem. The footage shows one of the officers punching the teenager in the head before the boy is taken away. Photographs taken later show him with a severely swollen face. US State Department spokeswoman Jen Psaki said Tariq Kudai, who has now been released from Israeli custody, was visited by a consulate official yesterday.
That's a wrap from today's edition of The Brief. I'm Sonali Wanigabadage, reminding you to stay brief.